Hello and welcome to this afternoon, evening time taste challenge. Yeah, I know the games are on. I'm about to go watch some of it, although I think it's a scam mostly, but this year, well, really this year only, but disgusting, but going to be close. I have to watch it. There's nothing else on. Jim Beam Black, aged 8 years, introduced in 1992. Sour mash Kentucky bourbon whiskey. And if it will focus, I'll be happy. Replaced in 2015 by Jim Beam Black Extra Age, not listed as sour mash. There we go. There we go. So the current Jim Beam Black it is not listed as sour mash Kentucky bourbon whiskey. Okay, so hello B Aviation. He says good evening, Ron. So I bought this huge handle bottle at International Market for $32.99. They still have bottles of it, but it's gone up to $34.99. I don't know what year this bottle was from. It's somewhere between 1992 and 2015. Okay, here's Stedman Select, introduced in 2018. May not be produced anymore because there's a new Stedman Select 90 proof, but this is Stedman Select Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey Sour Mash. Age 3 years. Looks kind of like 86 proof Elijah Craig bottle, but Elijah Craig, is aged 4 years. But anyway, this is glass, not plastic. It was $19.49. There's a whole essay on the back. It was $19.49 at Walmart, and then I saw it at Total Wine and More for $18.99, 50 cents less. But once they sold all the bottles, I never saw it again. So there, you can pause it and read that essay. And it says aged 36 months. Okay, Claude Diamond just bought a small flask of Jim Beam bourbon and found it was smooth and a good value. It is smooth and it is a good value. Okay, it really is, Claude. And these two are in this 8 year. If you ever find the 8 year, I definitely recommend it. Okay, so this could be a tough one. 8 year age. Now you say 8 year age versus 3 year age. Give me a break. It's not going to be tough. Sometimes they're tougher than they seem. 86 proof, 86 proof. Sour mash, sour mash. So what's the difference? And they're both from Kentucky. Well, different companies, but the difference is 8 year age versus 3 years. So 5 year difference. You would think, hope, and expect that it would make a difference. All right. Yeah, I know. I got my finger cut. All right. Pour a little bit of this. Might work. It's a little small amount, but it might work. Okay. Put this over here. So both of these might be out of production. Let me tell you, they both might be out of production. But I can still get Stedman Select at Walmart, but it's a different formula. It's a different proof. It's from a different distillery, perhaps same parent company, Sazerac, but different price. It went up $4, or $4. Oh no, that's too much. I pour too much. All right, you got that built-in pourer. You got to watch it because it just comes shooting out. Might need to get the funnel again. Now the built-in pourer is nice because you don't have that chug-a-lug, chug, chug, chug. But in a way, it's bad because you can pour too much in just a second. Yeah, and in no time, you've poured far too much. Okay, so put that back in the kitchen. All right, sorry for that. Sorry for that little mishap, but I always forget. Like when I do these built-in pourers, I forget, and then it comes pouring out. That's why I bought that funnel. I have other funnels, but I use them for oil in the car. All right, good enough for sipping, but wonderful for a Manhattan or old fashioned. Okay, I agree with that. Happy New Year, everyone, says Scoggett. Hey, Scoggett. Wow, I wish bartenders poured like that, Ron. Haha, thumbs up, laughing. Yeah, well, they're not gonna, but I'll just kind of screw it up a little bit. Okay, screwed up just a little bit. I'm gonna show you the whiskey, then I'll turn on the lamp so I'm not sitting in the dark. Okay, that's even now. Great values though, especially the Stedman Select. A handle for $19.49. Glass bottle. So yeah, the Stedman's. I'm sorry. The Jim Beam Black is a little darker. I knew that was wrong when I said it. Jim Beam Black is a little bit more copper. Let's see if it'll focus. It's not trying to cooperate too well. Okay, so now the lamps go on. Sometimes in the dark it has trouble focusing. So Jim Beam Black's a little more copper, and the Stedman Select a little bit more amber. People still popping fireworks, setting off fireworks because they got so many left over from last night. But it was loud last night, but it wasn't as much as normal. But it was really rolling, and then somebody was shooting a gun. I could hear it. Didn't sound like fireworks. So I mean, I counted 7 shots. Could have miscounted. Which po' boy you pair that with? Poor boy sandwich? Which poor boy sandwich? I don't really pair food with alcohol, honestly. I'm just telling you the truth. If I'm eating a poor boy, I just drink water with it. But like a shrimp, fried shrimp, roast beef maybe. Happy New Year, everyone, says Wings and Pizza. Happy New Year back to you. Both has a beautiful color, says Scott. I agree. Okay. I can shut this window, this shade now. It's dark outside. I'm not going to go long because I'm going to go see what's happening in the game, even though I think the game is a scam. But the two good teams did, but I don't care. I'm tired of college football with their crooked ways. But I watch it. I watch it, but I'm tired of it. You know what I'm saying? Like the National Socialist Football League. I'll watch it, but I know it's terrible. All right. Get that sourdough bagel now. But what you mainly get is sweet corn, charred oak, a little honeysuckle nectar. You say, now you might be watching and say, you say that every time. Like, you get tired of saying that? No, I don't get tired of saying that because that's what it smells like. It doesn't change. So, bourbon has a stereotypical aroma. All right. Just go buy go to the store and buy 5 bourbons at random. And they're going to almost invariably they'll have that same aroma and flavor. I know Mathern's had a bourbon discounted today for $7.99. Bourbon whiskey, 10 high. Bourbon whiskey with natural flavors. Oh yay! But $7.99 because I saw the label had gotten torn somehow. I don't know. It might have been shipped like that. So they probably figured nobody's going to want this with the torn label on the side. So let's just dump it for $7.99. Now I still got some of my bottle left, so I wasn't keen to buy it. But I guess somebody will buy it. And that's been on the market 90 years. Yeah, same aroma, same thing, but not as deep char note. So in my thinking, this is the Stedman Select, and that's the Jim Beam Black Extra, 8-year aged. But let's go with the taste. Cheers. And I'm going to read the comments, but I can't open my eyes because if I see the darker one, whatever I see, if it's darker, I'm going to know it's Jim Beam Black, and I don't want to ruin the taste challenge. Heavy char, a little bit of that creme brulee, sweet corn, almost like heavily roasted sweet corn that's almost like burnt, but not quite. Honeysuckle nectar, all your concomitant bourbon normalities, we'll call it. Okay, so this is the same over here, but, very important, but you don't have that heavy char. You don't have the creme brulee type of feature. You do get the vanilla, you get the charred oak, but it's light. It's a light char, and they're both medium body and all. It just seems younger. It's not hot though. A lot of times people will say, "Oh, this whiskey's hot. It's so young, it's hot." Yeah, I guess that could happen at times, but yeah, I'm not really noticing that. 86 proof. Get used to it. Get used to it. It might be hot for you, but it's mild for me. All right. Okay. Any big? Oh, okay. So price point, $19.49 versus $32.99. That's a big difference. You see, that's a big difference. So we're talking over $12. These are the huge bottles. That's a $12 difference. So are we tasting? We meaning me. Am I tasting a $12 difference in quality? It's a beautiful product. It's got that Jim Beam. It's got that green wood. Got that cellar mold. I think Jim Beam tastes like green wood and cellar mold. But got that Buffalo Trace. Because I.W.A. Distilling. Let's not pretend. Let's not dance around the maypole. Look, I.W.A. Distilling is no more than a pretend company. It's not a real company. It's just an alias name that Buffalo Trace uses to try to obscure what they're making, but whatever. But probably because they don't want people to get the impression that they're making too much, that they're putting too many brands on the market. So what they'll do, they'll come up with all these alias names like County Line Distilling, I.W.A. Distilling. What's that other one they use all the time? Legacy Distilling, and then it'll make it seem like it's a a bunch of different companies in Kentucky, but in reality, it's all coming from the same place. All right, but that, I don't run their company. I don't have any kind of invested thing in it. I live 31 miles, 32 miles from the headquarters. Their owner advertises on the radio all the time with his charity, but other than that, I don't talk to him. I don't know him. I've never met him. I don't know what he looks like. I know his father's kind of the guy that started the company, but he inherited it. He's the junior, No, I mean, this got to be the Jim Beam Black, and but I don't think it's $12, $13 better. Nah. Now I know what some people are going to say because I read comments. I read and answer all the good comments. You heard what I said, the good comments. Like if I'm doing a cream liqueur and you're telling me, oh, I had apple juice one time and I ate a cherry with it. It's got nothing to do with the video at hand. It's just like either you're not you're not healthy in the mind. You're mentally challenged. You're battling mental health, or you're just trying to be a fool, which is what is working. But you know what I'm saying. I answer all credible comments, and you might say, and this would be a credible comment. You might say, oh well, you're always talking about how the lesser price product is a better value. It's not worth paying the extra $12, $13. You got some kind of and this what the comment might say. You have some kind of axe to grind, like, or some kind of hidden agenda where you're always trying to team up with the cheaper product. Well, certainly that could be true. I mean, a person could do that, have like a hidden agenda or like a underlying theme that they're not trying to cover up or whatever. But that's not the case. I mean, I know what I paid. I did pay $13 less. So yeah, I mean that exists. That's a fact. That's an objective reality. But what I'm saying is I don't take sides like that. It's just that most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, the price difference is not justified. And that's just the way I'm seeing it. Okay. That's just the way I'm seeing it. I'm not doing it for any kind of particular socio-political, cultural reason. It's just what I'm noticing. Okay. So let's put that to rest. I don't have any axe to grind, any hidden agenda, or anything like that. It's just what I'm noticing. And you can't say, oh, you're cheating. Well, how am I cheating? I don't know which is which. I haven't even called it yet. I mean, I'm pretty sure, but I don't quite know. But I'm telling you on what I'm tasting here, one to the other, I'm not tasting a $13 difference. If I was, I'd say it. I'm trying to be authentic. That's the word for 2023. We in 2024 now, but you need to be authentic. And I'm trying to be, and I want to be, and I should be. It's all gone. That's all gone. I think that's a Jim Beam. Let's see. Last call over here. That's got to be the Stedman Select. It's got to be. It just has that flavor that I associate with Stedman, which is a very mellow corn. I don't mean like the brand mellow corn. I don't mean it in that sense. I mean like a mellow corn flavor is what I'm saying, not the 100 proof brand that everybody knows about. So I can't really say there's an actual winner, like which one's better than the other. Nah, they're both really good. But when you consider price, which I think you should consider because you got to buy it, and I've had people take me to task and say you should never consider price. But my answer would be, why not? You got to buy it. You go buy a new car, you don't consider price, you just buy anything, whatever you like, you buy it. You don't even consider can you make the payments. That's like tomfoolery to me. You do consider the price. You're a consumer. You buy the product. You work. Hopefully, you work for a living. You earn your money, and I think that's totally appropriate to consider the price. When I go shopping, I look at unit pricing. Oh, this is 6 cents per ounce. That's 9 cents per ounce. Well, that's 3 cents difference for each ounce. They're probably comparable sour cream. I'll get the one that's cheaper per ounce sour cream. And do I usually like what I bought? Oh yeah, it's usually fine. There's like virtually no difference. With exceptions, there are exceptions, but it's rare. Okay, so this should be the competitor. Oh, whoa. Whoa, failure number 4 on this challenge series. Oh, yikes. Yikes. And I was trying hard. I wasn't playing around on this one, but I don't usually do that. But so the one I thought was Stedman Select is actually the Jim Beam Black. And that's even scarier because now, not only did it not justify the price difference, I couldn't even tell them apart correctly. So, oh, wow, that's sort of troubling thing, you know? Well, that's what happened. Trying to get this camera to focus. Sometimes if I put my hand up like that, it'll get itself fixed. It is what happens. So it's just there it goes. It's the risk you take. Well, I guess it's the risk I take because I'm not seeing too many blind taste tests. Big B Beer Reviews does blind beer. No, he does blind beer reviews. Big B Beer Reviews. Big B, letter B, beer reviews. He's a member of Alcohol Eggs. And he does blind taste tests, and he does it correctly. He gets blindfolded, but I don't think you need a blindfold, but that's the way he does it. His wife is helping him. And he doesn't know which beer is which. He mixes them up very well, or she helps. He tries to taste, see which is which. Now, he's got enough brains. He's smart. He's not going to do an Imperial Stout against Miller Lite. Like I've seen people do this. I see these videos and I'm like appalled. I'm gonna compare this Lithuanian Imperial Porter 11.5% with Miller Lite and see if I could tell them apart. Well, I hope you could tell them apart. Or I'm gonna do banana bread beer against a chilada with tomato. I say, why am I watching this? And of course I don't watch it. I turn it off. I say, this makes no sense. It's like insanity. All right. Let's see what the comments say. What's the most you'd be willing to pay for Jim Beam Black? I would say just about what I paid, $32.99 for that handle. Yeah, that'd be about it. I can get the black, the new black, the one on the market now. I can get it for $17.99. So yeah. Mm-hmm. I would get it for that, but I have too much bourbon now. I cannot get it. Both has a beautiful color. They do. Amen to that. NIL is going to just make it worse. Yeah, I got bad feelings about it, but Happy New Year, Ron. Same to you, Stanley, Wayne. I bet Alabama negative -5, a whole dollar. Oh, a whole dollar. Hope you make it. Ron, what's your favorite tasting note of bourbon? Says Craft Beer Tastic. Oh, I don't know. Charred oak. I really don't know. It's like saying, what's my favorite tasting note of a German chocolate cake? I don't know. Coconut. I don't know. Cannot find Buffalo Trace that you guys recommended. No. Well, it might show up like it comes around and then it leaves and it comes back. I found out sometimes the cheaper whiskeys taste just as good as the pricey whiskeys. But happened this time. Burley Sullivan says, you. Jean Pierre says, Happy New Year, Mr. T. Same to you, Joe. I'm about to go watch the game. Happy New Year, RJT, says David. Thanks to you. Butch Willie says, nowadays you have to be a fool not to take price into consideration. Well, I got people telling me I'm a fool for taking price into consideration. They're telling me your channel got no credibility because you talk about price. I don't know why that would impact credibility, right? You ever watch Motor Trend or Motor Week? You know that show, that television show, been on the air for like 40 something years, Motor Week. They talk about the vehicle. They say, okay, I remember watching 1981. It must have been 81 or early 82. Early 82, they were talking about the new Ford Mustang GT. Ford Mustang GT. The new Ford Mustang GT with the HO, high output 5.0 liter engine. Okay, they went into like super detailed thing, lasted 30 minutes. And I was amazed. I was like, oh man, this is so interesting. You know, I was watching that and I was saying, this is so interesting. But they talked about the price of the vehicle. They said, oh, the vehicle cost this much. So that made their review illegitimate. I don't think too many people would think that. I consider price every time I go to my favorite bar. I can get a 22-ounce Bach beer for $3. I prefer the brown ale, but it is $7. Why pay that much more for something not 250% better, right? No guessing with this smooth patties I'm sipping on, laughing out loud, says David Cassidy. Patties, I probably got about 40% of my patties left. We have a soon to be next time product tasting guessing winner. Yeah. Eggnog in it, but haven't had. Looking forward for something with eggnog in it. What? Okay. That really is a child's mentality. It is a child's mentality because, no, it's really a snob's mentality because you're claiming, oh, price doesn't matter. All really serious food and wine people, food and alcohol people never consider price. Hey, that's fine with me. You pay for everything and I won't consider it. Okay. That's cool. We'll do that deal. You make the deal. You pay for everything. I won't consider price. Now that's a bargain. Like the Who said, the best I ever had. But you're not laying down anything but air. I'm not seeing any yayo, so doesn't look like the deal's going to get made. I'm going to still. I'm not saying I'm obsessed with the price. I'm certainly not obsessed with the price. It'd be like being obsessed with the bottle design, the label. It's a factor. Like, you know, the label looks nice. You know, you say it's appealing and make you want to buy it. And I think both of these have a nice label. But it's a factor. It's like that does influence people's purchasing decision. And the price, most people will say, that's a little high, you know. Oh, that's a great price. Oh, that's pretty good, you know, typical, normal human behavior. I think all things considered, now you have to consider many factors, but with all things considered, we would have to give the victory to Stedman Select because A, I couldn't even tell them apart, and B, it's a good $12 to $13 cheaper. So, and no, I'm not taking its side because their owner lives close to me. I don't know the person. So Stedman Select is the clear and present winner. Never thought I honestly, I did not think I'd be saying that. I thought the Jim Beam would win. Not by a lot, but I thought it would win by a little bit. But in this case, it did lose. So you just live with it, right? You just keep doing. Now, Skaga says, you just keep doing what you're doing. I have learned a lot by watching your channel. Thank you, Skaga. B Aviation says, I wish I could ignore price, but that's not realistic. For most people, that's true, including me. It's not realistic. I call that a bargain. The best I ever had, says Island. Isle of Fire, Wayne. That's right. So anyway, we just keep moving along. Got another few bourbons coming up to combat battle against Jim Beam 8-year age. I mean, it's out of production, but it's still interesting, and you can still get it. So that's why I'm doing the video. You can still get it, still available. Well, at least around here, and quite a bit available at international markets. So yeah, and then once I'm finished with it, blend the straight bourbon. Maybe next week we'll do the blended whiskey. I have too many blended whiskeys. Really, I would admit it, too many. But I got this one coming up that I bought at Total Wine. Wasn't expensive. Tastes pretty good. Tastes pretty good. So I'm gonna do the videos. Okay. David Cassidy says musical notes. Wayne is laughing. The best I ever had, and they're all laughing. Now we need overpayers. This is how I enjoy a. Well, I'm not going to that comment. All right. Do I have a limit on how much alcohol I drink every day? Well, of course I have a limit. Yeah, man. All right, y'all take care. Now it's back to football. See you tomorrow morning at dawn. Get ready for Dawn Busters Taste Challenge.